Good evening, guys, and happy Saturday to all of your sunshiny faces, guys. I've been up since 8 o'clock this morning. My uncle's service, like funeral service, I believe that's what it was, because the wake was yesterday. That was today, so it was at 10 o'clock, I think. But I was up since like 8 or 8:30 or something like that. And I didn't go to bed super late last night. I think I was honestly fell asleep maybe like 2 o'clock at the latest. But I was like not asleep very early. I got probably like 6 hours worth of sleep. Then on top of all that too, we ended up getting a whole ton of all of the other Christmas stuff all put up and decorated. My parents are actually both watching something in the living room right now. Otherwise I was kind of show you guys, but maybe I'll do just sort of, I showed you guys a little bit in yesterday's video, but we got the tree up and like some of the decorations and stuff like that, but maybe I'll just do a big like sort of grand reveal tomorrow or something. But I think we're gonna decorate the tree tomorrow. We are going to do all of the outdoor decorating. So I feel like it is going to be like a pretty penny to get all of this stuff that we're going to need to do all of our plans for outdoor decorating. But I don't think that it's gonna, like, we actually, like, one thing we were like, well, let's do white lights outside. We have one strand of icicle lights, which we're gonna do on our garage. And so we only need one more strand of those, like probably 100 or 150 lights. Like the strand that we have is only 9.5 feet, I think. And then we've got 4 boxes, I think, of white lights, and I think maybe in total for what we were planning on doing we needed like 6 or something like that, which I think is like 20 something feet or close to it. So I think we might get another like 3 or 4 boxes or something like that. But like the ones I looked at, the ones that we had already had, they were from Target and they had the little price tag still on it, and they were $2.99. So I was like, okay, those maybe will actually be cheaper at Menards and we won't have to worry a whole ton about, you know, that being super expensive. There was, like I said, a couple of other like things that we needed to get. Like we're going to get roping for outside. We're going to get, I think, some real like real roping, or just sort of like some type of greens to do actually in our window box, which is kind of cool. I think maybe my mom did it one year, like when I was little, like put like, you know, like fresh greens in our window box just to sort of still spruce it up, make it look Christmassy and stuff like that. And so, you know, we're gonna trim out all of the dead stuff and so it looks nice and, you know, sort of like, you know, almost like a little garden, so, you know, in winter. But I think we're gonna do that, and then we have plans to do stuff in the windows too, because we have a picture window that has like 2, like the smaller side windows, and then one like window in our attic. So I think we're gonna do little, we saw already at Menards they have these like snowflake sort of little things that, you know, like the lighted snowflakes that we were probably going to do in the windows, and like I said, something like that. And then I think we're going to do a wreath maybe outside or something. I don't know, it just is probably going to be a lot of outside stuff tomorrow and getting all of that done. So again, and like I said, I think we're also going to do roping around the window maybe too. But my only thing is, I don't really know, like, I wouldn't mind doing lighting around our window, but I don't know how we're gonna get roping to fit around our window, like how we're gonna be able to secure it really well. So I don't know, that's gonna be an interesting thing. But I had a couple of other ideas, and then we were like, let's just go with something simpler. And on top of that too, my dad, while he's not scared to climb up on the roof, he's a little bit more concerned about, because our roof is very pitched, he's concerned about climbing up on the roof and putting the Christmas lights, like doing Christmas lights on the actual peak of our roof. So I think we're going to keep everything sort of like ground level-ish. And then we're also going to do lights on our burning bush, and then also on our forsythia bush as well, because we don't have any trees or, you know, really any other bushes or anything like that that we can really do. Like our neighbors across the street have like pine trees and like sort of like bushes around there that they do. But yeah, so I think we're gonna just, like I said, go with, you know, decorating those. But I think we're going with an all like white. I was like, I kind of wanted to do like white and blue a little bit. One of our other neighbors down the street looks like that's what they sort of did, but I don't know, I think just doing like a regular like sort of white, like not like the LED bright ones, but more like the clear white. That's what we're gonna go with. and those ones for like everything outside. So it'll just look very like, you know, snowy sort of like looking outside, and very just like clean and crisp and all that kind of stuff. And I was showing you guys in yesterday's vlog too, my mom's theme was sort of like, I guess more her theme for the kitchen sort of was she was doing like buffalo plaid, like farmhouse sort of like kitchen a little bit more. And since our kitchen sort of bleeds into the living room, like the color scheme still kind of went together, like everything. We did white lights in all of the like the living room, and I don't really think, well yeah, the little tree I showed you guys that's in the kitchen. My mom did color lights in the bathroom. I'll be honest too guys, our bathroom is normally like popping on Christmas. Like there is always like tons of lights in our bathroom, and like everything's all decorated up like during the holidays and stuff like that. Like it is one of the most decorated rooms, again maybe compared to like the living room, but like almost as much as the kitchen gets decorated is like how much effort my mother puts into decorating the bathroom. I don't know why. My room is probably just gonna be like, my mom's like, I really want to decorate like my room, and I want to, you know, do all this stuff and everything like that. Like we'll see if that ends up happening, but I don't know. I'm not, like, I used to sort of be into like decorating my room, but at the same time too, I'm like, I live in here so much. Like, you know, I don't know, like I wouldn't mind doing something in my room to just sort of make it feel like, you know, fun and Christmassy too. And then again, too, still a pandemic going on and everything like that. Like there's not a whole ton of stuff that we can do, you know what I mean? My mom's like, if we're gonna be stuck in the house for, you know, another 2 or 3 months, you know, kind of just because there isn't a whole ton of, again, enough stuff to do, you know, we can't really go to the movies, we can't, you know, go and do this thing, we can't go out and eat and stuff like that. So she's like, if we have to still be stuck in the house, you know, over winter where we can't even like be outside and enjoy outside stuff, she's like, I want to make sure that the house looks really nice, really pretty, really decorated. My mom was saying that like, you know, she wants everything to just look like it would in like a magazine. And like everything's very matchy, which like my mom's normally really good about that, but like sometimes it'll be like, oh, this little spot in like the kitchen, you know, or like the living room, like one table has like some random theme, and then like another spot like has this other theme. Like my mom definitely had an idea, and like everything sort of right now in the whole like house like definitely looks like she put a lot of thought and like forethought into it, instead of like, oh yeah, we have all this stuff, like, well, let's put this up here or whatever. Like it just looks very like classy too. And so like I said, I showed you guys some of that in yesterday's vlog, but yeah guys, I am pooped for today. It was a lot of, again, doing a lot of things. On top of that too, the other thing was that I was trying to figure out if we had a lot of pictures or where they were of like, you know, like my uncle and like aunt and stuff like that, because I think I was telling you guys they went to our church for like a long period of time. And so, you know, and like a lot of the pictures that we had, especially when we were growing up, you know, like actual like film pictures and not just all of our digital stuff, but all of those ones were like, you know, they spent a lot of time there. So I was like, they have to be in like some pictures and stuff like that. So I was starting to go through the picture box that we have of all of the just loose pictures, and I was like, this is chaos, it is a mess. And so I was talking to my mom, I was like, I'm gonna organize all of the pictures. Like, you know, my mom was like, I don't know, sometimes she's kind of hesitant. She's like, no, I don't want you to, and stuff like that. And then, but today she was like, go ahead, like, go for it. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna need the other 2 boxes out of the attic too, because I'm pretty sure that we have boxes of also picture albums too, but it's like all of our loose pictures that looks like we literally just picked them up at like a photo place, like at Walgreens or Walmart or something like that. Like all of those ones have got, which is weird, I don't know that many Walmarts still have photo places, because like ours used to, but it also used to have a fabric place. It doesn't have like a fabric, like they used to have like a fabric section at our Walmart. They don't have that anymore, but at this other Walmart we actually went to, I was telling you guys, when we had to go and get the what was that, not the crock pot, the roaster, for Thanksgiving, we went to this other Walmart and they have a fabric place still there. That's where my mom goes sometimes if she wants to get like fabric. But I was thinking about it, I was like, I don't think there's even a photo place like at the Walmart that we were at. You know, like I said, just this weekend. And you know, like I said, I was at first I was thinking it was just ours, but then I was like, I don't know that I've been to a Walmart at all recently that has like a photo desk. Maybe our Target. See, I don't think our Target does. I think there's a different Target that maybe still has a photo place. But but the only place that I know of that has it is like Walgreens. Still develops like film. Like I said, like that actually has like a photo place, and it isn't just like a kiosk, like, oh, put your digital photos in here and you can get prints and stuff like that, because let's be honest, that's how 99% of the population probably is doing it now. But my mom found a bunch of old film that was never developed, and she's like, I feel like there's a lot of stuff probably on this stuff. She's like, because I know that this was probably from that, like, those decades, like right before we really started to get into like the digital stuff, that these would probably have been, you know, a lot of that stuff from that time. And so anyways, so yeah, I started going through it, and then I was like, my mom's like, oh, well, you gotta come and help with all the Christmas decorating stuff. And I was like, okay, well, we'll try and go through some of that then at a different time. So I think that, again, maybe not tomorrow, maybe like Monday, I might, again, we have 2 other boxes, mainly picture albums in the attic, but all of our like loose pictures and stuff like that, like I said, looks like it had just been picked up like from like Walgreens or Walmart or whatever. They're still in all the little like cases, like those little like paper, you know, sort of like fold up envelope things. We have like a ton of that, like just loose pictures that were never put in albums or anything like that. And then some of them got all sort of like shuffled around, so it's like, oh, this was from one Halloween, and then you like flip to the next picture of somebody's birthday, and then you flip like 3 more pictures down, you're like, this was another one from that same Halloween, you know. And so they're just kind of all over the place, and I was like, let's try and organize these, do them by year, because like my mom has old pictures too of like from when she was little, but then also too when she was like kind of older. And so my grandma for the most part had all of those in albums, I think, but there's a couple that like fell out or like we used for something and stuff like that. And my grandma had the really old albums where it was like you stuck the like thing down, and once you took them off, now you cannot use it, reuse it again. Not the ones that just slide into the little slots. It's like it had like a sticky sort of like substance on there, and you just kind of stick the picture to it, and then you put the like film over it, so that it protects the picture and everything like that. But yeah, I don't know, like some of them might have fallen off too because it's like not sticky anymore. And so like I was saying, there's just kind of a lot everywhere, and it's kind of all just very disorganized. And I was like, oh, here's pictures from my first birthday mixed with Matthew's 4th birthday. I was like, yeah, and we're 5 years apart, so this was like 9 years apart. I was like, these are definitely not in the same, like, you know, you can't really see a progression either, which I really like seeing when I look at like old pictures and stuff like that. I like to see sort of that progression of like, oh, what happened, like, you know, like, oh, that must have been my first birthday, and like that was my first Christmas, or, you know, that was like, you know, then, oh, here's Matthew's like first birthday and his first Christmas and stuff like that. A lot of it was, like I said, all jumbled and all over the place, and I was like, oh, when was this from? Like, you know, oh, mom had short hair this time, this must have been like probably in this decade or something like that. Or, you know, like, oh, I had bangs at this time, like it must have been, they actually had bangs a lot, like from when I was like little to all the way up to like when I was older, like little, like, up to the point where I was like in elementary school pretty much, all the way down to when I was like 1-2 years old and stuff like that. Like I had bangs for a really long time. I guess for me that's not always the best indicator of like what decade that was or what year that might have been, because yeah, my mom always had my hair like in bangs, and she somehow ended up with it in bangs again. She's like, yeah, you want me to cut your hair? We can do bangs. So yeah, anyway, so that's gonna be my project probably maybe this week. But then my other really big thing too is that, like I was telling you guys a while ago, I had started scanning in a lot of our old pictures, just because again too, like it's scary, like having, you know, so many memories all on a, you know, just a paper that could get, you know, stepped on, ruined, something gets spilled on it, you know, any kind of thing like that. And then, you know, God forbid, like a fire or, you know, a flood or something like that, you know, winds up happening, and then they're completely ruined. You know, whereas if it's backed up on a, you know, a cloud or a, you know, my mom was saying she actually has a hard drive, and that's what I was thinking of too. Because the other really big thing is that I want to get all of our VHS tapes, which again are also, because they're so big and clunky and stuff like that, sometimes they get dropped in the attic or, you know, fall out of a box or something like that on the floor. Somebody steps on them and then they're ruined. Like I want to get them also on like a hard drive or, you know, a flash drive, and always have the backups, you know, the originals, but just so it's on something else too. And so I really wanted to get a lot of that stuff put actually onto what's it called, onto like a hard drive as well, like all of our old VHS home videos and stuff like that. So yeah, but that would be one of my plans. So first and foremost, I want to organize all the pictures and then scan them, you know, digitize them as well, so that we can, you know, again, if we ever need them for anything, or, you know, anything like that, to, you know, organizing them correctly in the boxes and everything like that, we can find them easier. But then also to having them digitally, you know, saves, you know, in case anything ever happens to them. So anyways, guys, it is 10:45 right now. I am so exhausted. I was like, at 9:30, I was like, I'd love to go and take a shower right now, but I feel like I'm gonna get stares from people like, why are you going to bed so early, Kayla? But like, my parents are like in the living room watching a show. I'm pretty sure both of them fell asleep by now too, because they were just as exhausted as I was. But it was a long day. So yeah, I'm gonna get to bed, but I will see you guys all in tomorrow's vlog. If you guys did enjoy today, so make sure you guys give a big old thumbs up. If you guys are new, we'd love if you'd subscribe, and I'll see all of your sunshiny faces tomorrow. So bye, guys.